Now, if you did DP here, burned out regardless. Regardless of whether it hit, blocked, burned out, you probably lose the round. But if you did your level 1 here, you would have saved your meter and you would have still lived the round. But this is something that a lot of people need to realize. You don't always have to go for the DP. If you want to use a wake up option and you're low on meter, just use your level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever. That's a bit of risky high risk read complex. The stand heavy kick. If he didn't get hit there, you would have pretty much lost the round. But luckily it hit. That's a good conversion. Throw. That's. Yes. So here's the thing about save jumps. Save jumps are not always good to go for, because there's a risk he gets perfect parry and you turn from a favorable position for you into a not so favorable position, which gives him the opportunity to go back in the round. So when I have a big life lead, I only go for save jumps when they're low on drive gauge to make them guess. Because if they block and they're low on drive gauge, I burn them out. If I read the parry, I burn them out as well. But here, I feel like the save jump is a bit risky. Let me see what happened. Luckily, nothing happened here. What the hell? But you went from winning the round, dominating the round, into everything else that happened because of one perfect parry, and that's not even on hit. So I wouldn't really try to go for perfect parry if they have enough drive gauge to gamble. I would not go for save jump, I mean. You held the parry there for some reason. Alright, let me see how you lost this. Or you won this. Okay. Was that forward heavy? Was that forward medium kick? I think that was forward medium kick. I think it might. Or were you buffering? Yeah, you were buffering. Ah, you didn't take your turn there. Maybe you were scared of something. So he was minus here. I mean, you know that obviously. But I think he tried to walk and throw, which is very risky to do against Bison because the pushback is a lot. So you have to walk a lot to throw him. So in this situation, when you're low on drive gauge, you don't have enough resources to gamble. You know? You don't have enough resources to gamble. So take your string or whatever, take whatever you have and go with it. But going for that throw, it could have worked out, but if it didn't work out, you're burned out. And you're still in the corner. I mean, you still won this round. Now, if he was ready, he would have killed you from this one, if he was ready. Because he could have done jab, jab, drive rush, jab, medium, drive rush, and killed you. He was mixing up parry and jab, I just guessed. Yeah, that's the thing, like, because you're low on drive gauge, that means he won't take the risk of parrying, because parry would kill him, number one, and if he guesses wrong on the parry, it would kill him. Here's the thing though, if you want to bait out the perfect parry, you don't walk forward and throw him. You just sit there in your place, you wait for the parry to come out, then you walk and throw him because you can punish him. But going for walk-up throw is a bit risky because technically you should have died here if crossover was ready. But you won the round, so we take the wins here. Doesn't matter. You're using a lot of stand heavy kicks. Come on, Complex. What was that? I mean, you should have won this round easily. You baited the what's it called, which is a good decision, but you wasted your punish. Let me see your input. What you should have done, Complex, is either you drive impact, shave off his meter, or You just hold the parry and just drive rush out of the parry. Because sometimes I get what you're saying. Sometimes it's weird when you go out of parry and then try to whiff punish. Because if you hold it for too long, then this might happen. So either you drive rush out and get a bigger punish, or you just drive impact Bison, shave off his meter, and put him in an unfavorable position. Also, this is something people need to know about Bison. A lot of players don't know this about Bison. But when Bison does drive rush, medium punch into drive rush, and he goes for jab, like if you do Bison drive rush, medium kick drive rush, crouch jab, Bison is only +2 here, right? He's only +2. Bison's crouch medium punch is 6 frame. His back heavy kick is 9 frames. So Bison doesn't actually have a good answer for mashing jab after blocking the crouch jab, aside from him doing throw. So doing jab here was not if you did jab here, you would have hit him out. It's not really a terrible option. I'll show you what I mean in training mode. Anti-air, you missed an anti-air here. Oh, I mean you parry, okay. Parry recovery. Okay. How did this all spiral downwards from not you with punish? It's all started from here. You missed your punish. You blocked one. You didn't punish. I mean, you didn't check it. The drive reversal here was a very bad option. If you want your opponent to get out of you and you're low on drive gauge, you don't DP. You don't DP. You have level 1. You go for level 1. Worst case scenario, if it hits, you have your meter with you, your drive gauge. If it doesn't hit, you're fucked either way, whether it's a DP, a drive reversal, or level 1. If you want to go for a wake up option. This is why if you watch the Kido, he does a lot of wake up level 1s. When he's low on meter or he has 3 bars of meter, he does a lot of wake up level 1s because if it hits, he gets the corner, he saves his meter, and he turns the situation. But if it doesn't hit, he loses, right? It's the same with the DP. DP, if it hits, it gets you out of him, it gets him out of you, but you're low on drive gauge, you're fucked, you can't do much with it. Now, if you did DP here, burned out regardless of whether it hit, blocked, burned out, you probably lose the round. But if you did your level 1 here, you would have saved your meter and you would have still lived the round. But this is something that a lot of people need to realize. You don't always have to go for the DP. If you want to use a wake up option and you're low on meter, just use your level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever. Akuma can punish Devil Reverse with Crouch Fierce, by the way, complex. Like this part, he can punish it with Crouch Fierce. Or DP from crouching. Nice check. Alright, let's see what happens here. You should wake up level 1, okay. I can't really tell you much about this. I mean, you just guess wrong. There's not really much to go out of it. But let's see what happens after that. Alright, from what I got so far, you're kind of scared to throw fireballs. So let's see what happens here when you decide to throw fireballs. 1. You made him uncomfortable when you started throwing fireballs. And Bison can't really react to fireballs with EX Psycho Crusher. Alright, no problem, Femship. Perfect parry. That was a very bad... well, it wasn't a bad punish. Not much you can do about it. Oh, you actually could have done a better punish, complex. Crouch medium punch, stand heavy punch, heavy flame fist gets you Oki without having to burn a meter. I'm sure you know this already. Alright, let's see what happens with the bomb here. What the fuck? That's the thing about throwing fireballs, complex. You might be scared of throwing fireballs because you're afraid they could jump out of it, jump on you and kill you. But you not throwing fireballs caused crossover to be comfortable enough to throw out stand heavy punches. So you know he can just throw stand heavy punches. Because that range, he knows you're too scared to do anything. So he can just get away with a lot of stand heavy punches. So it's the lack of fireballs made crossover very comfortable. And then this should have been your turning point in this matchup. Crouch medium punch, stand heavy punch, heavy flame fist, Oki, throw, guess, whatever. Could have turned around in your favor. But because the Oki is terrible from Akuma's DP, you basically kind of did nothing. Here's a couple of things that you can do. Me personally, when I play against Bison, I try to reaction perfect parry stand heavy punch, and it's very doable. It's very doable when you try when you focus on stand heavy punch. What? So one, if you block it, if you happen to perfect parry, then good, you're good, because you can actually perfect parry it. And then, but let's say you blocked it. This is what you should have done. And then you get Oki. But because you did that, your Oki on back roll is not as great. Optimizing your punishes is not only about the damage, but it's also about a lot of things like Oki, positioning, and all of that. This could have been... Yes. Then you could mix them up after that. Also, what I noticed about you, you were too scared to jump. In this matchup, if you guys watch me play versus Angry Bird, Akuma Bison, brother, he does not stay on the ground. And it's good that he does not stay on the ground. Neutral jump to bait out the scissor or stand heavy punch. Jump, dive kick to beat crouch heavy punch, because if he tries to crouch heavy punch, he loses. And then you get a full combo. Jump fireball, jump BX fireball, jump demon flip, jump this. You have a lot of options as Akuma. You should not be playing on the ground against Bison. If you play only on the ground, it's a 7-3 matchup for Bison. He will f you up on the ground. But implementing air options as well as trying to use your walk speed and the fireball, I really try. No, the thing is, Bison can only air to air you if you're too obvious with it. Yeah, that Saint Cola, you know what I'm talking about. This shit is actually very, very cheap. It happens, Complex. It happens. Sometimes if he's ready for you, you just fucked. But how do you make him not look at the air? You start doing fireballs. Fireballs, fierce, walk up, catch media kick, and then you go into the air. But you don't take it to the air right from the start. You establish a ground game. You make him focus on perfect parrying fireball. You make him focus on reacting. You make him focus on whatever. And then you use a jump in. But if he's anti-airing you, that means he's just reading you. When I play Angry Bird, I still air to air him. And it happens. I still air to air him. That doesn't mean he stops trying. The minute he stops trying to jump because he got anti-aired once, he lost the round. And that's not how it goes in this game. In this game, your options, you're cycling your options. If you pick the wrong option, that doesn't mean that option is terrible. It's just you picked it at the wrong time. If you picked it another time, it could be the right option. You just picked it at the wrong time. So, for example, let's say I'm playing Rashid, okay? I did drive rush. He perfect parried it. My immediate thought is, oh fuck, he was looking for perfect parry. He was looking for the drive rush. That means he's not looking for the fireball. He's not looking for the jump if the character doesn't have a DP or a fast anti-air. He's not looking to whiff punish me. He's not looking for the overhead. He was just looking for the drive rush. That means if I used all the other options, it would work. If someone drive impacts my fireball as Rashid, I throw a fireball and they drive impact it, that doesn't mean it's a bad option. It's just at that moment I decided to throw a fireball, he was looking for the fireball. Which means I could have gotten away with the drive rush. I could have gotten away with medium kick. I could have gotten away with forward heavy punch. That's the thing. That's the thing about this game. This game is not about picking options and if it doesn't work you to stop using. No, this game is about cycling your options. You have 4 options. One gets countered. Doesn't mean you stop using the option. It just means you use it at the wrong time. That's it. When do you know what option to pick? It depends on your opponent's movement. So for example, I'm sitting here, right? My opponent is walking back and forth. Back and forth, that means he's looking for the fireball, which means it opens up the opportunity to use drive rush, medium punch. My opponent is trying to walk in and outside of this range. That means he's looking to whiff punish it. It means I can get away with the fireball. No player in this world can focus and counter all 4 options. You try to track your opponent's focus, yes. I learned that the hard way when I played Rashid, because Rashid is literally, his whole game plan is literally tracking your opponent's focus. And this is what a lot of people struggle with as Rashid, because they don't know much about how you do track your opponent's options. This is what you should be thinking about. Yeah, you need to know what your opponent is trying to look for. If I see someone trying to just react to my drive rush, then I will just get close. This, throw it twice, maybe 3 times. And after 3 times, that means he will most probably look to drive impact the fireball, which means it opens up. It's a cycle of options that you have, and it's a matter of how or when to use these options. The minute you delete one option because it got countered is the minute you lost a round. That means you made it easier for opponent. Mental stack management, yes, it's very much mental stack management. Rashid is about overloading your mental stack. Most characters are, to be fair. In this game, it's mostly about overloading your opponent's mental stack. That's something JP uses a lot, yes.